Hello, everybody. It's Sandra. I'd like to welcome you to my video this evening. We're going to be talking about my recent eBay sales. I think they're about $2,600 or so. Now, I spent around $60 on these items only, which is sort of weird, but the methodology I use is as follows. If I go to an auction and I buy a large lot of jewelry for $500, but I've already made $800 on the lot, I could just say that whatever I'm selling after that has cost me $0. So that's why the number that I spent is so low, just because I'm already in the profit margin on so many of these lots. I hope this video helps you if you're an eBay seller or you have an Etsy page or a flea market booth or whatever. As usual, this video is going to be very jewelry heavy. If anybody watching this video bought any of this stuff from me, thank you so much. I truly appreciate your support. Please like this video. Let me know what you think below and subscribe to this channel if you're so inclined. All right, I'll be right back. I thought we would start out today with a very, very sad, sad story. I try to keep things upbeat and happy, and I want people to come to my videos and feel like they can escape their troubles for a little while. But I have to tell you this very, very sad and upsetting thing. Oh, by the way, wait, I'm going to get distracted for a second. Look at this. I went to New York City. I was in Tiffany's, and that was my favorite brooch of life. And I love Jean Schlumberger so much. And I tried it on, and I figured no matter how much it is, I'm going to buy it because I love it that much. Guess how much it was? Anyone? Think about a big number, and then I'll tell you how much it actually is. $130,000. So anyway, so much for that. I am going to be doing a video, so stay tuned because I went to Bulgari, Tiffany's, and Van Cleef on Madison Avenue in New York City, and I took some great pictures of some cool stuff. Anyway, wah wah. Back to the sadness. Okay, I go to this sale, like a yard sale, garage sale, and they had these very, very rare. Oh, that's sideways. That's kind of dumb. It has the dog and the cat. Wait, let me see if I put it upright. There you go. I bought 8 of these brooches. So these are Lucinda pins. They're made of plastic. A lot of them are just not like made for a long time, like limited editions, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So these Christmas ones are very rare. They're not that old, but they're very rare. So I knew how I had hit the mother lode. I had that one, this snowman, this one. Now, people collect these. There are very, very avid collectors of these items. That one, this very rare penguin one, and this adorable mouse in the stocking, and this one, and then this one too. I was very excited. So let's just take a look at some quick comps, and I'll show you why I was really super excited. Here are some recent comps from eBay sales. So here's a whole lot of them for $399. But this one right here sold for $394. That's very similar to the other one I just showed you. Here's one that sold for $373. And you see they were auctioned, so people were bidding on these. Bidding war, 13 bids, 12 bids. These were 122. Those aren't Christmas ones. 102, and so on and so forth. I couldn't find comps for any of mine, actually, but I knew they were really good items. So what I did was I knew I wanted to do an auction because I figured there'd be like a feeding frenzy situation. And I decided I was going to start them very low. I was thinking about starting them at 100, but I started each of them at $39.99. And I thought this is going to be the best week because I'm probably going to make over $1,000 on these brooches. So I put all 8, I think, right? Yeah, 8. I put all 8 up at once. I like get all the auctions ready. Then I hit the list button. I come upstairs. I pick my phone up, and they had all sold because I accidentally had the buy it now on. So I sold all 8 of them for $39.99 each. So I guess I lost about $1,000 or maybe even more. Not sure. Oh, well, things happen. I am not gonna get all worked up about it, but I'm not happy about it, as you might imagine. I hope one of my YouTube buyers bought them. That would make me feel a little bit better if it's at least somebody I knew. Someone's certainly gonna flip them, I mean, maybe it was a collector. I can't know that for sure, but, yeah, what a complete dope. I mean, what can you do? It happens. I always think about the meme that I saw on Facebook once that showed a dog, and he had just done his business, and he kicked all this dirt over the mess he made, and he moved forward. He just walked, covered it up, and walked away, moved forward. So that's what I'm trying to do and just forget about it. Still a good sale, however. I paid $1 each for 8 of them. That's $8, and I sold them for 40 each, so that's $320. Anyway, don't be a dope like me. Just a word of warning. Let's continue on here. I bought this beautiful necklace at a yard sale. I paid $10 for it. Do you love it or do you love it? I love charm bracelets. I also love charm necklaces. And what I really love about this company, it was signed GWS, Glasswork Studio. What I really love about this company is they look like they're antique. And I believe they use the old molds from Providence, Rhode Island. How beautiful is this necklace? Wow. And some of these were two-sided too. I mean, I think they were all two-sided, but, I mean, like, the design was on both sides, you know what I mean? Isn't that pretty? And I especially wanna point out the finding, check that out. I've seen this all on Victorian pieces before. It's just the most amazing charm necklace. $10 is kind of a lot for a yard sale, but the woman knew it was super cool. So I was happy to pay $10 for this. Took a best offer, sold it for 100. How cool is this 1980s necklace? I got this as part of an auction lot. I knew it was super cool. There was definitely something about it. It's kind of not really a feeling that I get. I could just tell. It's like well made. The design is super cool. Clearly 80s. That is fantastic. Look at those awesome geometric shapes. So I knew there was something special about it for sure. Even though it's plastic, it does look like art. And I was able through research to figure out that it is a Bill Schiffer. And here's a page. I think this one was new, but it sold for $259. So notice the findings here are plastic. And there's the hang tag, which mine didn't have. Mine had replacement findings and no hang tag. But that's how I was able to figure that out. Let's go back to mine. Here's the finding on mine. Somebody had replaced this. Still cool. I mean, no one will see the back anyway. So this was definitely one, if you know, you know. People who know what Bill Schiffer made and who Bill Schiffer is. Kind of a cool thing. I am completely in the money on this auction lot for sure. So this is pure profit. I took a best offer on it of $100. I found this belt buckle in a thrift store. I paid $2 for it and I recognized it. I used to actually take this train quite a bit. This is the Metro North train. Not in perfect condition, but not bad. I like the flowers on it. There it is from the back, not signed or anything like that. Neat piece. Paid 2, sold it for 30. Here's a very rare item. This is a nice old fire department ribbon. Western Hose Company #1, Waterton, Ohio. This would have originally had a pin part up here, so you could wear this on your lapel. This is a nice oldie. This lot, I think I overpaid for, and I didn't make a ton of money for it. I think I had broken even before, or maybe not all the way. Anyway, sold this one for 60. It was up for a long time too. It doesn't seem like it. I don't know if you can see it, but the start time is here. It says February 8th, but that's really not so. Sometimes on eBay, you take the item down and then you you don't relist it. You hit something called sell similar, and that refreshes your listing because they keep a lot of data on it. eBay does, so they can see how long it's been up and how many people looked at it. And if your listings get stale, they kind of fall down in the search engine on eBay. So I am not as much as I should be really, but I do from time to time take my items off of eBay and then I sell similar and I relist them that way. So that's what this one was. So it really was up for probably 2 or 3 years before I was able to get my 60 bucks for it. Still cool though. I will keep buying these. I just think I paid too much for that lot. I bought these toys at a community yard sale. I was on vacation actually. When my husband and I go away, I try to hit all the yard sales and flea markets and stuff that I can. And that's where I got these. Not a great price. I thought they would be worth more. They're not in perfect condition, so that's probably what really hurt the sale price. Of course, you always have to make sure they have the orange ends on them before you sell them so that they're clearly not real guns. A little bit of corrosion there to the metal. Still cool, called Pony Boy. Not a bad price, not a huge profit, but it's okay. Paid $2, sold both of these for 15. A couple years ago, I got a large box of old photographs, and that's where these came from. It looks kind of just like an ordinary little home or something, but this is actually a radio station. It's written right there, old station, WABC at Rockaway, Long Island. It says other stuff too. Um, Photographs from 1928. Yeah. Pretty neat pieces, I think. Oh, I see. The writing's a lot bigger then. Right here. It would have been easier for me to read it like this. Oh, Everett. No, Ernest. This is a radio station that Ernest worked at in 1928. Well, there you go. And I put this print on there, not an original, because I don't know, other people do it. I don't usually sell photographs. I don't know if that was maybe it was unnecessary. But what people can do is they can just come into your auction and click on that, make the picture big, and then print it out. But I wanted to make sure no one could do that. Maybe that's me. I'm not sure. Anyway, didn't pay a lot for these photographs. Definitely in the money too from that sale. I remember that sale very clearly. I got one big money maker, well, several, but the biggest money maker I had was I bought a reel-to-reel tape. It was the Beatles twofer. So I know I made triple digits on that. I think I paid $30 for everything. So totally in the profit. Sold these two little photographs for 25. I found this very small lapel pin at a yard sale years ago, though, and I had just been keeping it with my collection. I had it with my cats. I have a lot of cats, a lot of cat earrings, cat pins. This one is a very nice lapel pin, happened to be 14 karat gold too. And I can't, there it is, 14 karat. I can't remember if I tested the eyes, but maybe they were glass. They might have been little tiny emeralds. Now, I think this is an item from the Knights of Pythias. I believe that's correct. Isn't he cute? He's so mean. Look at his teeth. I believe I accepted a best offer on this one. This was a yard sale fine, but from a long time ago, I probably paid 25 cents, maybe as much as $1. Sold it for 85. I had this item listed for several years. I don't like to do that, but this was a very small item. It's pretty neat too. This is a chauffeur's little badge thing. I don't know if there's supposed to be something on the back or not, or if this was like taped to a card or something, attached to a card somehow, like a badge with the person's picture. I'm not exactly sure, but it's from 1923. It was up for a few years, like I said, and someone reached out and they really wanted it for $8. So I took the 8 because I'd rather have the 8 than 0. This one was part of a bigger lot that I'm already in the money on. I was thinking, if I could get $12, I'd be happy. Very easy to photograph and list and also to mail. Anyway, sold that one for $8. Look at this charming old photograph. That's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing on its own, but the best thing, of course, is that toy train that's right there by the little girl. First of all, it's interesting that a little girl would have a toy train, so there's that too. Edith A. Pettit, 1892. Now, I did look up to see if maybe that was a Lionel train. Lionel trains weren't invented yet. And so I put maybe it was an early Marklin, but somebody wrote me a long thing on eBay and said Marklin, I don't know, they weren't around or they were, but they didn't do train. It was something. So I don't know what that train is from 1892, but let me see if I can zoom in on it a little bit. Isn't that cute? I love this picture. I just love old photographs. They could never imagine that we'd be talking about this more than 100 years later on something called the internet, right? Cool piece. Definitely in the money on those photos. Sold this one. Took a best offer for 36. If you watch my jewelry haul videos, you might remember when I got this item. This is pretty cool. I love how mod it is. Sterling silver, or no, yeah, it is sterling. I was going to say it might be 800, but I think it does. Yeah, it says 925. I can see it. Don't mind me. I'm just talking to myself. There's the back of it. This had plenty of age on it. Super cute. It's hard to see, but it is marked G. Laffey right there, Peru. And there's the size, about 2 inches. He's weird, right? I loved it. Sold this one for 150 bucks. Definitely in the profit on that auction lot. I almost kept this. It's so weird. I love it. Do you? Well, who else loves Napier? I love Napier stuff. They started out as EA Bliss. They're based in Massachusetts, but they moved to Connecticut. I believe Meriden, Connecticut. I don't know if this is a feather or a leaf, so I used both as search terms. This was nice and tall. There's the signature. Look at that, 3.5 inches. Cool piece. Got this one as part of a lot. Sold it for 20. Who else loves hand jewelry? I do a lot. Now I found this one. Um, I think it was part of an auction. I'm pretty sure. This is sterling silver. It's a wrap bracelet. It's very long, but you wrap it around your wrist a couple of times. I think that's a little um I don't know what that is. I can't really see that green stone well enough. I was going to say turquoise, but I think it's too shiny. Not sure. This was signed RL, which is for Regina Lane. Cool piece. I love wrap bracelets. That might be malachite. Maybe that stone. I can't tell. Yeah, almost 23 inches long. There's the signature RL 925 Israel. In the profit on this item for sure. Sold it for 40. A few weeks ago, I was driving to the post office and I drove by a house that said estate sale. That was a happy accident. And I went in, they had some pretty cool jewelry too. I got some other things as well. Definitely made a few bucks at this sale. And I love going to sales. I like talking to the people. It was an older couple. They were moving to Florida. They were very nice. She said she had a lot more jewelry because I always ask, do you have more jewelry? She goes, yeah. She goes, I took the good stuff. Believe me. I'm like, okay. I paid $1 for this. I love JJ items. That stands for Jonette Jewelry. There's the signature. See the little cartouche down there? Copyright symbol JJ. This is a particularly pretty one, I think, too. A lot of times JJ has more whimsical, well, this is whimsical somewhat, but like more almost humorous pieces, a lot of their stuff. This one is just truly a beautiful piece. Sold this one for 30, paid $1. I don't buy gold too much when I'm at an auction. Usually the price gets too high for me and it's kind of not really my area. And it's such a big gamble. The things like if there's a little lot of jewelry, it always goes for $900 or $1,000 if it's gold. Well, one day I did bid. I think I paid $850 for, I can't remember how many pieces, maybe 4 or 5 pieces. And I had sold one of the pieces before realizing that it had this bail on it, a similar bail to this. And I ended up selling the piece for not that much money. And I realized after the fact that I could have removed the bail and sold it separately. So to not make that mistake twice, I bought a pendant. It's a pendant I'm going to be showing in a little bit too. And I took the bail off and sold it separately because it's worth 80 bucks. So there you go. 14 karat gold, signed GSJ. That's a name brand I have sold many, many times before in the past. They don't only do gold, also silver and other things too. And here's how it opens. It's a neat little piece. Got it as part of a lot. I'm definitely in the profit on that lot. Not by a ton though, but it did make my money. Maybe I am $300 up or something like that on that gold lot. So sold this one for 80, completely in the profit. I was buying a bunch of jewelry at a pawn store and they had this sitting there for I think 50 cents, maybe a dollar. Member of Fine Jewelers Guild, redeemable against any purchase of over $100, $25. I don't know if this is old or if it's still a thing. Bailey, Banks and Biddle, have never heard of such a thing. So paid maybe 50 cents for it, sold it for 10. Nice, easy item to photograph, list, and ship. A couple years ago, I bought an entire collection of Leah Stein brooches from a private collector. This piece is from that collection. I made all my money back on that collection, and I still have lots and lots of the pieces left over too. This dog's name is Poof. It's a book piece. It isn't a Leah Stein book. I love the color. This is plastic, but Leah Stein items, they do resell for a nice amount of money. Definitely in the profit. Sold this little plastic guy for 55. Here's another JJ brooch that I got from that estate sale that I happened to be driving past. How adorable is this? There's the signature. Nice and big, almost 3 inches. So cute. I almost kept this one. I kind of have a thing for moon jewelry, but I have too much stuff. Paid a dollar, sold this one for 15. I was in a thrift store a while back and somebody was selling their elephant collection. I believe this is the only one I bought. I love cloisonne. Isn't that cute? Look at the ear and the tusks and the tail. Pretty flower on its side. Fantastic condition. Just a little thing. I know people collect elephant stuff. About 6 inches long or so from the tail to the end of the trunk, approximately. He's kind of adorable. Paid a dollar, sold him for 17. Isn't this a beautiful ring? I love Carolyn Pollock stuff. This one has a particularly beautiful southwestern design. I love the turquoise. It's sterling silver. So pretty. And there's a signature. Let me see if I can get that a little bit closer for you. It's kind of hard to read, actually. I'm not a fan of that. If I owned a jewelry company, I would make sure that people could read the signature so they knew it was mine. But she doesn't need my advice. That company's doing just fine without me. Isn't this cool, though? I love it. Definitely in the money. I had this one up for a while. Sold it for, I believe I took a best offer on this one. I think I sold it for $68. Pure profit. I got this ring years ago. I think pre-internet even, maybe the mid-90s or something like that, at a yard sale. This is such a cool piece. It's signed by the artist too, Max C, which stands for Calabaza. Is that how you say that? Calabaza. This is a Navajo artisan. Hopefully I took a picture of the signature. I can show you, but how cool is that? I love the swirls, the leaf motif. Here it is from the side. I'm just trying to show it's not super flat. Got some nice height on it. Oh, do I not have, maybe I didn't get a picture of the signature. Did I not? Maybe I couldn't get it all the way to come in. Not sure. Anyway, this was a yard sale find from a long time ago. I'm sure I paid a dollar, maybe $2 for it. I think it took a best offer of 68 on this ring. I love these cufflinks. They're very modernist. These might be mid-century. They do have an older Taxco mark. There's an eagle there. Let's see if I can freeze it. So it's right here, that eagle mark. And they're additionally marked EAB, 925 Mexico. These are very unusual. Love them. Definitely in the money. Got these as part of a box lot. Sold these for 35. Some people might remember when I bought these. These were a thrift store find. I paid $2 for these. So when I saw these, I thought they were so beautiful. I love purple jewelry. Look at the dangles. So beautiful. They're pierced earrings. There's a signature, LATR, that stands for lunch at the Ritz. This company has a lot of fans. A lot of people collect lunch at the Ritz. Aren't those lovely? Oh, they're so girly. Not that small either. Almost 2 inches. Nice profit on these. Paid $2 at a thrift store. I think I took a best offer on these. I think I sold them for 75. Still great. I had a pair of these tiny little locks. Eagle Lock Company. They had keys that worked. They're just really small though. Look at that. Like 3/4 of an inch, 7/8 of an inch. I may have underpriced these a little bit. They're not in perfect condition. I think they're charming. I was gonna keep them to put them, like, with a necklace or something, and use it as a closure on a bracelet or a necklace, but I decided to sell them, put them both up, $10 each, and the same person bought both of them. Good profit, definitely in the money on them. They're just little things. I think they're sweet. I love buying legacy media stuff. I found a huge stack of cassette tapes, all new and sealed, in a thrift store. I paid $5 for the whole bunch of them. This is the first lot I sold. High bias is really what you wanna buy when you're buying cassette tapes, although I would probably buy them if I saw them and they were sealed, even if they weren't high bias, but that's a higher quality cassette. And also the fact that they're 60 minutes, that also makes it higher quality because it's a shorter length than the 120-minute or the 90-minute, which means the tape isn't as thin. So this is a good thing. Sold this whole lot of them, 6 of them for 20. I don't really love selling clothing and shoes and purses. I do pick them up rarely. I got these because they were so big. They're a size 10. I like Enzo Angelinis. I've had them before. I know they're not super cheap. So I picked these up. They were brand new. They no, maybe they didn't include the original. I thought I had the box for them, but I guess not. These were up for a long time. Apparently, no one was really looking for bright red patent leather size 10 loafers. So they did sit here for a while. I think I paid $2 for these in a thrift store. Finally sold them for 25. This cute little butterfly was a recent thrift store find. It does have a Scandinavian look to it, I think. Actually, I think I got this at a yard sale. I'm pretty sure. I paid $1 for it. I love the blue. It's like an ice blue. This one is silver, sterling silver, and that H in a circle is for the artist. Um, how do you say that? Ivar, Hulf. It says Norway right there. Love Scandinavian stuff. Awesome profit. Paid $1, sold it for 45. Look at this pretty ring. This was part of an auction haul, so I am in the profit on this. I love the colors and this cluster. I love the shape of the cluster. It's so interesting. The large stone in the center, and then there's smaller ones on the side, all different sizes, different colors. Nice and vibrant. Size 10, nice big size. A lot of people like these bigger sizes. Not always that easy to find. Isn't that pretty? This one was signed WK, which is for Whitney Kelly. I believe this is an HSN or a QVC item. Good name brand. Sold this one for 40, pure profit. I found this item in a thrift store for a couple of dollars. This is Brother Andre, Saint Brother Andre. It's a nice statue. It had a couple of small issues on the back. This one was listed for a long time. And I was just getting ready to bring it to the thrift store, actually. And I hadn't had a chance to take it down yet or get to the thrift store, and it sold. I was kind of surprised. But there are the little flaws with it. Some nicks on the back, wouldn't show from the front. Nicely done, I think. Not an antique, not very vintage or anything, but Quite nice. I believe I took a best offer on this one, sold it for 28. I bought a beautiful lot of antique stick pins a while back. I think I have 3 more listed on my eBay page, and they're 40 bucks each. I love old, did I just say stick pin? I meant hat pin, if I didn't say that. Isn't that a pretty Art Nouveau design? I love it. There it is from the side, just trying to show that it's not super flat. Here it is from the back. See that scratch? That's where somebody likely at some point in its life checked to see if it was real gold. It wasn't. Might have been gold plated though. 8 inches long. This is a nice long one. That is beautiful. I think on those hat pins, if I can remember, I will link that video in the description if in case anybody wants to watch it. I think I'm $400 in the profit on that lot so far with still more to sell. Sold this one for 40. This is such a beautiful Alexis Kirk necklace. It came in the pouch too. It's so big though. Look at it on the neck. Isn't that crazy? The 80s jewelry was a lot. Things were just big and fun. I remember it well. I would have worn this kind of thing in the day for sure. And nowadays too. There's the original pouch. I made so much money at this yard sale I went to where I bought this because she had a bunch of gold and other cool costume pieces too. I think I'm up to $1,400 or something like that on that yard sale, and I have one more piece to sell. A little, 18 karat gold piece. Anyway, I did end up taking a best offer on this awesome necklace. Do you like it? I love it. Took a best offer, sold this one for 65, completely in the profit. I think I paid a couple dollars for it. Here's another butterfly brooch. I love butterfly jewelry. I believe this one was a D&E. According to my research, it was. Such pretty colors. That lemony yellow and then the more orange, orangey yellow. This was a cute thing. Not too small either. This was a thrift store find. I paid $2 for it, sold it for 30. This is such a beautiful turquoise pendant. I believe this may have been Navajo. It definitely looks older to me. I love the beading and the rope design around the outside. I'm just showing it there on the torque. I should have actually taken another picture a little bit further away. Not that small either. Nice size, not marked, which can be common for these artisan Navajo pieces. Had this up for a long time. Got this as part of a lot, so it is pure profit. Took a best offer, sold it for 37. This is a very cute Monet charm bracelet with just the one charm. It looks like it's a locket, but it didn't open. Nice condition. This was part of a lot. A smaller ticket item, but a very pretty item. I love it. I can't remember the lot I got it in. I could look it up. I write down, well, I try to write down, or I have in a spreadsheet actually, every piece of jewelry I buy and how much I paid for it. But sometimes with larger lots, like maybe I will find a lot with 400 pieces in it. It's not really worth it for me to sit and type out every single piece that I got in the lot. So I don't always like do that because it's just cost prohibitive for me to do so because it takes a lot of time. And this isn't the only thing I do. I have another job. I work doing something else too. Anyway, sold this very, very cute Monet charm bracelet. I love it. And other charms could be added to it too, of course. Sold this for 15. I found this camel bone trinket box in a thrift store. I paid $2 for it. I didn't pay $2 for it because I felt like selling it for $15. I thought it was worth more, and it wasn't. I really love boxes. This one looks like it's an antique. I don't think it is. I think they just made it to look like that. I don't know how old it is, maybe from the 70s or something. It's a great piece, velvet inside. And there it is on the bottom. It says made in India. Very nice green and red cabochon stones. Those are a glass, actually. Paid a couple dollars, sold it for 15. Not great, but I'll take it. The small amounts add up. Here are some more of those cassettes, and I still have a few more that I have to list on my eBay page. I've been so busy, I'm really having a hard time listing stuff on eBay. And as they say, you can't sell it if you don't list it. So I'm trying to work on that, but it's been tough because there's a lot going on. Anyhow, here are some 90-minute TDKs. Again, they're high bias, and these are a little bit fancier, a little bit more high quality than the other ones. I think this is kind of top of the line TDKs, the SA. Now, I sold 4 of these for 20, but I had more than 1 lot. How many lots did I have? I had 3 lots. So sold those for 60 bucks. Again, paid 5 for the whole stack, and I still have more to sell. So great profit on those. I think I paid 20 bucks for this furry purse. I should have kept it. I thought it was gonna sell for more. Um, and oh, I even left that on. Yeah. 20 bucks. That is what maybe she knocked money off it. I don't remember. Anyway, not great the price I got. It originally sold for 49. I think it's amazing and super fun. I took a best offer on this one, sold it for 25. So broke even, maybe made a couple bucks. It's cool though. Do you like that one? I do. Here's the 14 karat gold pendant that I took that finding off of. I love blister pearl jewelry. This is 14 karat gold. It's amazing. Blister pearls are so fascinating to me. Here it is from the side. So, ordinarily, a mollusk, as you know, will have an irritant on the inside and it will build nacre around it. This is actually from the shell part where the irritant is placed on the shell, the inside of the shell, of course. And this is beautiful 14 karat gold. And it would be no problem for somebody to put their own bail on there. That other one, it's kind of big and removable and everything. I don't even think it kind of made sense on this piece. Just my opinion. I did take it off. I got $80 for that. And I sold this for $135. I think blister pearls are very, very interesting. Love it. I picked up this beautiful Rosa Flores bracelet in a lot at an auction. And as you can see right there, it's gold plated and it was 70 bucks. That was about 15 years ago or so, because I think that's what I determined this collection was from 2007, 2008, something like that. Isn't that pretty? I put ancient looking as search terms because it looks ancient looking to me. I love that. I love the color of the stones. They're very neutral, beautiful gold plated piece. In the money, sold this for 20. This cool ring was made by Bell Trading Post. I love selling Bell stuff. And I think that's a sun face. It kind of looks like a lion face too. Lots of silver on this. This was a nice, hefty piece of jewelry. I'm surprised I don't show it on the scale. Definitely in the profit on this lot. Sold this one for 40. Cool piece. I found this awesome 14 karat gold Italian horn at a thrift store. I paid $1 for it. I love the textures on this one. This one is also called Cornicello. I love how it's fluted. Great profit on this one. I think I may have sent out an offer to somebody. So paid $1, maybe 2 actually. And I think I sold it for 100. Great profit. Some people might remember when I bought a pretty large collection of sterling silver earrings. They were wrapped up in paper towels. We discovered them together on camera. This is a beautiful pair of earrings. I love the look of them. I think that they're very old too. They were screwbacks, completely in the profit on that collection, made a bunch of money on that collection. Sold these for 20. I may have shown this on my last eBay sales video. I can't remember now. This was something I just took a chance on. I didn't pay a lot for it. I got it at a yard sale, like a community yard sale kind of thing, in like a Knights of Columbus haul or something like that while I was on vacation. I didn't know anything about it, but I just thought it looked interesting. Electric skylight system. This was the control unit. It's by a company called Roto. I looked up Roto real fast. It looked like it sold for something. That's why I bought both units that they had. They were both new in the box. I got 50 bucks each for them for a total of $100. Great profit. No idea if they worked or not. That's why I wrote in condition right here. This appears to be unused, includes all you see. I can't click on these photos down here because I'm on a different screen. Anyway, not sure if it works or not. Sold as is. Probably did work though. Very clean condition, new in the box. Great profit. 100 bucks for two of them. Not bad, right? I sold this one a while back and it fell off my eBay page. It seems like it was recent, but I guess it was already 90 days ago. Kind of weird. Anyway, I bought this in a junk store that I like to go to. I think I paid $5 for it. It's a beautiful old Bulova, gold plated. Paid 5, put it up, sold it right away too. Got 99 bucks for it. Isn't that a beautiful watch? I thought at first maybe that was real gold. It wasn't, just gold plated, but or gold filled, I guess technically. Isn't it pretty? Nice profit on that. Bulova is a great name brand to look out for, but in my experience, two things. First of all, they have to be pretty. Would somebody want to wear it or not? I think this is more than pretty. I think it's beautiful. The other thing is people like these watches to work, and this one did work. I wound it up and couldn't believe it. Working condition. So great profit. Paid 5, sold it for 99. I think I got this as part of an auction lot too. I could be wrong about that. It could have been a thrift store, but I'm pretty sure it was part of a lot. So I am in the profit on this. Isn't this neat? That's the ohm symbol. This one is bronze and sterling silver. It was signed Luna Park. It's interesting. I really liked it. I couldn't find any that exactly like it. Couldn't find any comps on it. So sold it for 35. Happy with that. Here's a beautiful pair of Sagen earrings. I love finding Sagen stuff. This is Labradorite, which is a very interesting stone. It has a lot of iridescence. I love the colors. These were clip-ons. They kind of had to be clip-ons because they were so big. They wouldn't lay on the ear right if they were pierced. I think they'd be too heavy. I like how swirly the silver is. Love those. In the profit, sold those for 40. This is such a beautiful Heidi Dawes ring. Look at the colors. It's so unusual. The lime green, that tangerine color, and the purple pink shade, bronze tone. Nice condition. I think this was a thrift store find. I think I paid $2 for it, sold it for 40. I love these earrings. I think these may have been a thrift store find. I can't remember. If so, I wouldn't have paid more than $1 for them if they're where I think I got them from. These are such a cool design, that kind of corkscrew design. They're interesting. They're marked right there, sterling, Beynon, Beynon. Nice size, a little bit too small for me. I like I like bigger earrings, me personally. They were very pretty actually. Sold them for 35. Here's the last item for today. This is a gorgeous sterling silver and cabochon amethyst cross. It's by Navajo artist Mike Smith. I had this one up for a while. I did end up getting $125 for it. I am in the profit on the lot. I bought a huge lot of crosses. I was lucky enough to find them. They were very beautiful. Each one was so uniquely beautiful. They were very different. Love this piece. Almost kept it. Have too much stuff. So in the profit, sold this beautiful sterling silver cross for $125. Well, thanks again for coming, everybody. I hope you liked this video. I hope you thought it was fun. Let me know what you think below. And a big thank you again to anybody who bought any of these items from me. I truly appreciate your support. I do. subscribe to the channel if you want. All right, I'll catch you on the next one. Be well until then. Bye-bye.